right, it is recording now. So how have you been last week or so?
Yeah, good. Busy. I was, what is today? Today's Tuesday. Last week I was in Atlanta. I flew out. So we had our show. And then the next day I flew out to go back to Atlanta because I booked a job. So I had to get on a plane, fly out. I was there for half the week. And then I looked at some houses out there. And then
Oh
yeah,
wow.
and then I came back and then to New York. Flew back to New York City, took my daughter to a doctor's appointment. Then we drove down to Philadelphia. Yes. Anyway, it's crazy right now. I'm just holding on to the surfboard that's riding the wave of life.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, you got a job down there. That's good, right?
Yeah, it was great. It was a commercial.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
work is work, right?
Yeah.
Experience is experience. Something for the resume.
Yeah. The
Um,
improv helps because
I'm
they
sure it
often
does.
get you to do things that were not scripted. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. They work with what they have.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just tell you the background on this.
Okay.
Allie and I sort of hit it off like in the first couple of weeks, and our experience in the improv class was, that was confirmed, and we sort of have a friendship, outside of class right now. And we've been batting around the idea of how to continue, this experience. And I, I don't know what I've told you about where I am in life, but I'm to the point where I'm kind of burned out with the tech thing, and I'm looking for, a new direction, if you will. And my experience in class was such that and I probably told you this, but the first class was actually murder on me. And I was surprised that I actually got over it and came back. But then afterwards, when the class started to gel, it became something I was really excited to come and do.
Yeah.
So that was a big deal to me. And I know that I always have this running crazy dialogue in my head that I could do improv. I could do improv by myself probably. But just having someone like Allie to collaborate with, and then so Allie and I actually had a quick session which I tried to record, but I messed up because I didn't pick the right tools. Technology guy picking the wrong tools, but sometimes they betray you. They're out there. But anyway, the session went really great, and so she's got some conflicts before we can do another one. So I'm trying to reschedule with her. But in the meantime, I asked her if it'd be okay if I threw it open to the rest of the class, and she said absolutely. So this is kind of our thing.
Cool.
So I know you have ambitions, and so yesterday Sally and I did a session, and it was fun. It was funny. You know how she is.
Yeah, she's great.
I think she likes me somehow. I mean, I don't know. You get that middle school vibe from her. Like, I like you. She's really sweet. I like her too.
Yeah.
She's fun to work with.
Mm-hmm.
But so the notion is basically starts off we have conversation like we're doing right now, sort of catch up, and then what I did with Allie and then did with Allie and Sally, that's something. Is
Sally, and Danny. Yeah.
Sally and Danny. So what I did is that the exercise that Tara gave us, where we hand each other an invisible object, and then the other person starts going. And I think since I'm acting in the role of host right now, I'll sort of do that for each person, hand them something, and then we'll go for as long as it goes.
Okay.
And hopefully at some point you throw it back to me, but I want the focus to be on you at first.
Okay.
Right? So, and then we can collaborate. And then when you're ready to call it, because I can jibber jabber for forever, you can say, that's it, dud, and we can stop.
Okay.
And then we'll just wrap it up. And what I'm doing is, what I did with Sally is I edited the captured video two ways. One was the full thing. And there was a couple things I said that I wanted to take out, so I edited those out. But then there's just the improv session. So there's going to be two playlists, if you will, of just the improvs and then the full podcast or whatever you want to call it. So that's the notes. And I'm hoping that we can invite other people besides our class.
Okay, cool.
And I'm calling it the Launchables because I think Lunchables Oscar Mayer might have a trademark issue with us on that.
Yeah, fair enough.
But Launchables right now, launching careers, whatever. I know I have some ambitions. I know you're way ahead of me on that. And I don't know, we could be anybody, new friends we make along the way and bring them in.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the name I'm,
cool.
honoring the class, right? But changing it, just tweaking it a bit.
Yeah.
So does that make sense?
Yeah. Is there specific games that you play or?
It's just hand you an invisible object and then go.
Okay.
So Sally and I, we went for like 19 minutes.
Oh,
straight.
Cool.
Straight, yeah. So, and that's the thing. I went with her and I kept playing up stuff, and then it finally jogged her to throw something back to me, and then I can go for 2 hours, I think, with being random. So, does that sound like fun?
Yeah, I really liked it. It was really fun being on the call with Tara.
Right.
And her playing all of the different games was really cool, and the object one was really awesome, and learning to kind of like not just invent with the object in my brain, but also physically play with the object, I thought was really fun. So I think it's a really great game to play. Yeah. That sounds great.
And if you have other ideas, this is just the starting point. So today I'm giving everyone basically the same object to start with, sort of as a baseline. And then after you've been on the show once, whatever, we can do anything. So the idea is just to have fun.
Okay, cool.
And have personality and that sort of thing. So you're ready for me to get your thing?
Yeah, born ready. I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let me. The other day I was the Amazon guy showed up at my front door, and I didn't think I had anything ordered. He's like pounding on the door because normally they just dump it, right? But he was pounding on my door, so I run downstairs, open the door, and he's already gone. And there's this box. It looks like an old treasure chest, like from Spanish galleon or something, and it's got spray painted on it. Box of improbable things is what it's labeled. It's got the Amazon logo and everything. I'm like, what the heck is this? So I brought it in and I opened it up, and there's all kinds of weird stuff in here. And your name was actually on the invoice for some reason.
Ooh.
So I think one of these things is for you.
Okay.
So let me get it. Let me get it.
Okay.
And then you can figure out, tell me about it or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Here it is. It's a silver tricycle.
This thing is tiny.
I know.
It's like a handbag tricycle. It's like travel size for your convenience.
Travel size?
Yeah.
Really?
It's kind of it's silver in color, but I feel like maybe it's not solid silver. It feels a little lighter. Maybe it's I was looking at a few of these online, to be honest. Might be why my name's on the invoice.
They track you. They track everything, don't they?
The ads that come up on my Instagram now, thanks to this searching this little puppy, it's rough. Let me tell you. Tricycles, unicycles, tires, pumps, you name it. The accessories are endless for these little babies. Wow. Anyway, this one doesn't feel like a solid silver. I think it might be a graphite model, which they're the fancy ones. They do
performance.
They make them hollow as well, but this particular one, if it is graphite, I'll have to test it out. Can I test it out and see if it's graphite? If it's not, it'll break under the weight of my very petite body. But hold up. Let me. All right. Sorry. I'll just put it on the floor. It's got tiny little pedals, so you have to really get on it. 1 second.
Be careful. Don't want you to fall.
Oh, it's graphite. It's graphite.
Graphite? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That
Oh man, it's really getting into my glutes.
Wow.
It does it. It has little mini brakes on it too. Woo!
Wow. That's very cool. Very cool.
Man, my quads really felt that. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you want to give it a go? It's really fun.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give it a go.
Right.
Thank you. Wow, that is small. I don't know. Let me take my headphones off. I don't want to splatter all over the place. I won't be able to hear you for a second. So hold on. Let's try. Oh no! Oh no! I got Oh no! Okay.
Did it?
I don't know if that was such a good idea. Here, take it back. Take it back.
Okay, thanks.
Did I break it? Did I break
No,
it?
you didn't. You didn't even bend it, man. Graphite's amazing.
Wow.
This stuff.
Well, yeah, it does have a warranty with it. So if it is broken, we can get it replaced. So.
Can you check the bag for the little like travel saddlebags? There's these attachments for travel saddlebags to go on the
Yeah,
back
yeah,
of it.
they did come. They did come. Here you go.
Okay, great. Put one there. That one goes on the back there, and you can put all sorts of knickknacks in there. I mean, it's not huge, but you can put your keys in there. You can put in candy, emergency candy, or a lozenge if you've got a bit of a sore throat that day and you don't want anyone to know. Just stash it in there. It'd be quite handy. The odd hair tie. I mean, not a problem for you, problem for me. But this is I'm so glad it arrived. I wondered, when you sometimes try something new and then it doesn't turn up from Amazon sometimes. I thought this was that situation, but this is great. You know what? I think my husband might enjoy giving this a ride.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Is that just the home model, or can you use that for going around the neighborhood or mountain tricycling or something like that, or is that just?
It's more road than mountain. It really works much better on a smooth surface. It doesn't have the suspension needed for a bit of mountain biking. So I personally haven't tried it on a mountain, but look, you can. I wouldn't say never. But I would probably recommend this particular model doesn't come with suspension. So I would recommend probably road would be most enjoyable ride.
Well, yeah, I know how you're very eco-friendly. So I can see you riding around town, riding around Philly on that tricycle or Atlanta, wherever you are.
Look, your calf muscles, my calf muscles would be better because of it. Calves, quads, glutes, it gets everything downstairs, really gets it moving.
I'm sure. And one of the things that just coincidentally, I'm a member of the Philadelphia Council for Roads and Parks and Recreation, and we're talking about putting tricycle lanes in Philadelphia specifically for tricycles.
I didn't know that was so popular here.
Well, it's up and coming, and I really think trying to get some of these cars off the road and get the bicycles off the road, they're just obnoxious. I think tricycles really is the way to go.
It really would make it. You wouldn't need bicycle parking because you can just pop this puppy inside of your handbag or your backpack, and just take it into the office or improv show, wherever you're going. You could just take it with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's part of it too. The infrastructure needed for tricycle lanes and tricycle parking and the whole thing, just like you said, it's so much easier.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it's almost like, what do they call it when you get on the airplane? The carbon emission dropping.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
This is a breakthrough in carbon emission combating of the environment's damage,
Exactly. The carbon fiber in there, your carbon capture. It's everything you want.
Look at that. It's just like a picture of carbon health right there.
Can I ask you, how much did that run? Because it's not showing up on my account. I'm not even sure why it showed up here.
Yeah, well, the graphite model, it comes in around 755 right now. There's a special going though. You get, the little coupon. If you select the coupon button on Amazon, you get the 5% off. You can get that. I mean, 5% of 750 odd dollars is quite a bit, really, when you think about it. So what's that? It's like 36
It's at least
roughly.
Well, I thought it was more like 200, but I'm bad at math.
Yeah, if you go for something you don't want to ride, you just want to like prototype it at home and really, become familiar with it. You can get like a hollow silver model for a good like 125. But
Okay.
look, if you're really confident that you want to give something like this a go, it's definitely worth the investment.
Right. Well, I know you're a social media influencer. Is this something you're going to be promoting?
Look, I have I actually have another account that's not under my name. It's a secret one.
Oh,
yeah, but that's okay. I haven't launched it yet. It's on the verge of launching, so I'm happy to tell you about it. It's called Carbon Me. Carbon Copy Me. Actually, I was thinking of changing it too.
That's really cute. I like that.
Yeah. Although I've been brainstorming some other ideas. Do you have any ideas that I could like really influence the world with this carbon miracle?
Carbon miracle. Wow. I don't know. They put me on the spot like that. I have to put my marketing hat on. Carbon. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just coming up with a blank on this. But I mean, yes, I think carbon copy. I mean, what was the one?
Carbon Miracle, Carbon Copy, Carbon Me was the original one. I wanted to keep it short, but I kind of like Carbon Copy, but then it doesn't really talk about the bicycles. So I was thinking maybe Carbon Cycle, Carbon Copy Cycle,
Carbon cycles, carbon cycles.
Yeah, maybe Tri-Carbon.
Well, no. What you got to do is you roll it out online. I mean, you can change your name afterwards. Just you get your followers to put in suggestions. That'll help. They'll be invested. They'll be invested in the name.
This puppy? I could give away a tricycle to the best voted name. Oh my goodness, this is brilliant.
Absolutely.
I love it. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And then I could get some famous people to ride this on my Insta. Who should we get? Who do you think would?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
She might need it right now. I hear there might be problems in her financial pipeline, so she might be open.
She might.
Yeah. She might be.
Sports celebrities? I don't know. Who do you follow? Do you follow anybody?
I follow. Did you ever watch The New Girl? The TV show The New Girl?
Yes.
Yeah, Schmidt, the guy who played Schmidt. I think he'd rock one of these.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
He'd get down and make it happen. He seemed open to new experiences.
I'm so excited about this. The company that makes those, are they publicly traded on the stock exchange?
I'm not sure. We should look it up. Can you look it up?
We should look it up.
Yeah.
We should look it up. If it's one of Elon Musk's companies, though, I'm not sure. I'm so interested. But
look, I think he's more into spaceships than tricycles. He's been.
But he shot one of his cars into space. Maybe that is a promotional stunt. We could have a bunch of the tricycles shot into geosynchronous orbit.
Maybe it could be the first tricycle to the moon. It is travel size to the convenient.
There you go.
It's lightweight.
There you go. Absolutely. I like that. But then that goes back to the mountain bike question, because the moon is definitely not a city street.
This is true. Maybe we can make some suggestions on adjustments. Maybe some thicker tires, something that's a little more all-terrain. Recommend maybe some graphite suspension on this puppy.
Right.
And then take it for a little test in the desert.
That makes complete sense to me.
I've never been to New Mexico, so this would be a great excuse.
And then you could charge the trip off. It's a
Look,
business expense. I mean,
tax
sorry.
deduct it, baby. Tax deduct it.
It's all about the tax breaks. It's all about the tax breaks on this show. That's, I come from a tax background, so I'm always looking out for people to come on the show, help them out with that.
Nice. Look, this is a lot of potential to go a long way. Yeah.
Do you think your daughter might like to use that? Or would you let her?
If we painted it pink, if there was a pink model, she would
sure.
totally be up for it. Yeah, totes.
I'm sure. So Barbie model, maybe in the Mattel tie.
No, I don't think just kids would be into that right now. It's trending like crazy.
Exactly.
Hot pink. Ooh, hot pink.
That is.
But that sparkle, that's next level. There's got to be a whole slew of people who are going to love sparkle, not just the ladies. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah. I like sparkles. Why not? Sure. I'm sparkly right now, right?
You are naturally sparkly.
Oh,
it would only make sense to get you one that's a sparkly color.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Smaller the better. I was thinking of maybe getting a pet monkey and having them ride that around for me for my entertainment, but I don't know. Since that monkey uprising a few years ago, I'm kind of worried about that. The whole Planet of the Apes movie,
Look, there are a lot of diseases that have transversed from animals to humans, and it's never ended well. Let's be honest. And ground zero tends to be with the animals. So look, I love animals, but when it comes to like tricycle riding, I feel like that's just a little step away from laboratory. So I try to be clear of too controversial with the animals, but maybe small children.
Maybe small children. They're almost the same as monkeys. No, wait, I didn't say that.
Look, it depends on the child. Some are.
Oh, that's awful. Well, but I agree with you, but it's awful.
Look, when they go to daycare, they transmit some crazy diseases. Let's be honest.
The germ factories.
Not that much different to laboratory patient zero situation. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Are there daycare rabies vaccines? I don't know.
The DVR1 sounds like a very probable vaccine to me.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. Oh, I remember when my children were young. They're little drooling, crying messes. It's like, I didn't know what to do with it. But you really like that tricycle, don't you? I
really do. It's surprisingly light. I did have to switch hands just because it's kind of shoulder height, but it's surprisingly light. It's considering it took my body weight, I'm very impressed.
Well, carbon fiber.
Absolutely. Yeah. Is there in the box? Is there a tire kit?
Tire kit. Did you order one? I hope there is.
I usually like to buy the accessories at the same time that I get a new asset because I like to maintain. I'm quite particular about maintaining my assets.
Oh, here you go. There was one.
Okay, great.
It might be a little scratched though, but here you go. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a little beat up, but the boxes, they come a long way. Most things don't get broken in boxes, considering I put that in the little satchel at the back of the thingy and then put the lid down. It's they've got the back flaps, the saddlebags have these cute little flaps with tiny little buckles that if you want to put them up, you don't have to do up the bus like a big bicycle. You don't have to do up your buckles, but they do make a bit of noise flapping around if you don't do them up.
Oh, okay.
It's good to do them up occasionally if you're going to go long distances.
Yeah, long distance. Yeah, long distance tricycle riding. I've done a little bit of that in Europe. I've had a few occasions to do that, mostly in the Netherlands. Though again, mountain tricycling is a little bit beyond my skill level, but
yeah, it's that third wheel. It can be quite tricky.
Yeah, rocks and
bushes, trees, snakes, bears.
Oysters.
Yeah. It can sometimes. What did you oysters? Did you say
oysters? Yes. They're a big hazard.
Oh, oysters.
Oysters, yeah, they're a big hazard on mountain biking trails, as I
Are
understand.
they?
Yeah,
Wow.
I read
Why
that
is
online.
this? I've never heard about this. Why are oysters a problem on mountain biking trails?
Well, it has something to do with the kind of terrain and the way the water runs off. On mountain biking trails, it tends to cause this pooling,
Mm.
and there's a breed of oyster that's been actually trying to. The biologists feel that it's become trying to become terrestrial, so terrestrial oysters. So they're kind of invading. There's this whole. Yeah, you're getting into one of my specialties now. There's this whole trend in biology and diversity is with the global warming, right, and the sea levels rising, right, is that the sea creatures are starting to invade the land more and more. So first it was the snails and the arthropods, and now it's the mollusks and the clams and the oysters and that. So the oysters seem to be the pioneers. They're trying to find new territory on the land, and it's just becoming ugly.
I didn't know that they could transverse to those pools. Do they have legs secretly? Do oysters secretly
Well,
have legs?
what they've done is you're familiar with the concept of symbiosis.
No, break it down for me.
Yeah, well, basically, it's where two organisms cooperate to their mutual benefit. So it's the mollusks, the sea slugs, and then the snails. They basically carry the oysters on their shells. The oysters attach, and they get carried on their shell inland. And
Wow.
so the mountain biking trails actually provide a natural kind of bed, where water will flow during rainstorms, and they'll be able to travel up. And they just travel, a few meters per storm, but years and years and years, they can get all the way up into the Alps.
That's amazing.
It is.
Wow. Who would have thought snails and clams or oysters? What did we say? Oysters? Were they oysters?
Oysters, yeah. Oysters.
Yeah, that they would. That's heavy for a snail. Man, snails are so robust.
They are. They're sneaky too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other day I saw one trying to walk off with my bacon. It was like
With your bacon?
my bacon. I was cooking bacon.
Unbelievable.
I left it on the counter.
Slugs, man. Oh, sorry, snails. Slugs are different.
Yeah. Slugs are snails without shells. Yeah, they're the poor cousin of the snail.
True. It's kind of like, that's rough being a slug. Look, I appreciate a nice home, warm home to be in. I would be better off as a snail than a slug personally. Although I do like to travel, there'd be something lightweight about not having a shell to have to carry around.
Absolutely. But
what would you prefer to be, a slug or a snail?
Well, people have called me slugly, so I think they meant it to be pretty cruel insult. When I was a kid, I didn't really understand, but now that I've gotten older, it's pretty clear that they were insulting me. So definitely a snail. Definitely a snail, not a slug. Not a slug. The shell. Some of those snail shells are quite magnificent. I mean, you talked about sparkles earlier, right?
Yeah.
There are some that literally have iridescence, like opal. And they're, and that's the other interesting thing about the oysters becoming terrestrial is that they make pearls, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now pearl harvesting, if we can somehow work out a deal with the snails, the mollusks in general, maybe we can do pearl harvesting much more easily. But, I would want to be a snail. Want to be a snail, definitely.
Maybe the tricycles could be used for the harvesting.
They could. Absolutely. I think that's perfect.
I think we're onto something. We might have to keep this under wraps for a while we get all the pieces into place.
Absolutely. Yeah. Alpine snails and alpine oysters.
Alpine oysters and a carbon tricycle.
Yeah.
Fun for the whole family. I can see it now.
Exactly. On this idea, our empire will be built. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You're brilliant. You're brilliant. Oh, this is just amazing.
Oh, I think that was a beautiful circle end to the improv. How did we go? How long was that?
Uh, I, I would have to tell you at the end. I don't have a counter going.
Yeah, I think it's
Let's see
2:35. So
what.
I reckon that was possibly about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's about what I did with Sally. Yeah, I
That
don't know why.
was nice. That was a beautiful arc coming back around to the two coming together. That was hysterical.
I think so. I enjoyed that.
Alpine oysters.
And the whole time you were holding the tricycle. You were dedicated to holding that tricycle. It was not going to leave.
No, in frame, right here.
I can see it now. I can see it now. Now I want to make a graphic for it, but no, that would ruin it. No graphics, just you and me working together. So that was fun. It was
That
definitely
was great. That was super fun.
so. Yeah, so that's the idea. Is just to try and do stuff like this. And it was funny when we got done with Sally. Sally was like, "Well, we never established who we are. Like that's what Tara taught us." And I'm like, yeah, I guess we didn't, but did it matter? I mean, relationship is on screen between you and me right now, right?
Yeah. I felt like we established in having the conversation before, we did establish that we were friends from improv class. And then everything that came from that was absurdity, but
Right.
the relationship, we didn't pretend to be other people, we pretended to be ourselves. And that's
Exactly.
what kind of fuels the funny out of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because it seems normal, but it's definitely not.
Definitely not. That's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of it.
That's super fun. What a great idea, John.
Yeah. Well, you find good people. It's good to work with them. That's the essence of my career, even though it was tech.
Mm-hmm.
The times that I was the happiest is when we were collaborating as a group. And coding can be a lot of fun if you like that kind of thing. And it really was. I mean, and my favorite group of people to work with were people right out of college, early career, because they're much more open. Once you've been working in it for 15, 20 years, you start getting rigid to a degree.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I've been working in it 40 years and I never got rigid.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always had this collaborative need in my life.
Yeah.
And finding you guys in the class and Tara and everything is like scratching an itch. And if I can do this with some regularity and we can make something of it as a group, why not lift each other up, right?
Yeah. What do you edit? What do you edit on?
It's real simple. It's Microsoft Clipchamp. It just comes with Windows. It's nothing fancy. And I'm not looking for a slick look here.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just the relationship is what it's all about, and having fun.
Yeah. There's something I've been wanting to do at some point. When I have the space for it, the United Citizens Brigade, UCB. I'm not sure what they do. I'm sure they must do it here, but they do sketch comedy. They do sketch comedy 101. So you learn about how to create sketch comedy. So it's an idea. And what's really cool about doing these sessions is that often really fun, crazy ideas comes out of like a 20-minute improv session, right? And at the end of that, if you've taken the time to do a course about sketch comedy, you can take an idea and turn it into like a 2-minute sketch that you can shoot online or at home in front of a lamp, and kind of and turn it into this really fun spin-off sketch off of some of the ideas that are going to be kind of unearthed. And so if there was like a complementary course that would take the improv skills and turn it into something you can edit at home and create creative little videos, doing a sketch comedy course could be a very efficient way to learn skills on how to create that kind of comedy.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they do here in Philly. I know they have the stand-up, which I was looking at the Helium Club, I think, does stand-up, but that's different to sketch comedy.
Yeah.
It's a very particular skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have an online course. UCB had an online sketch course, and UCB is based in New York City.
Okay.
Yeah. From
What's
United Citizens Brigade. Blah, blah, blah.
I'll look it up and put a link in the.
Yeah. It's so in the US, there are like 4 main improv sketch schools that quite often casting directors are looking for on resumes when people are new into, because they have a reputation for being a great curriculum and very famous people have come from these schools. So there's the Groundlings, which is based in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
There's Second City, which is in Chicago. There's United Citizens Brigade, which is based in New York City. And then you've got kind of other ones like the Pit, and which is another one in New York City. My brain is just stopped. So called starts with M. Anyway, those 3 are some of the main ones. UCB during COVID moved a lot of their stuff to Los Angeles, but they were doing a bunch of stuff online, and they've just reopened a campus in New York City for UCB. So if they're still offering some online stuff, it's a really great opportunity to take advantage of learning about the because I personally love to train in something so I know I'm not stabbing in the dark at like how to do it. That's like why doing Improv 101 is great, because you learn about the basic principles about improvisation, right? And it's the same way with anything. And so for me, I feel more confident after I've gone and learned something and then to go and apply it. Some people are happy to just like wing it and be like, I'm amazing, I just whatever. And I'm like, I like to at least know I'm doing the right thing and not waste time trying to figure it out when I could have just gone and done 6 weeks of like 2 hours a week and meet all these amazing people. Yeah. Yeah. So I highly recommend a complimentary, other than doing 201 at a Philly Improv, doing a sketch class would be a real, because your brain is super creative and the love for creating video related stuff and your background with computer will lend itself to really benefit from doing some sketch comedy training. I think would be I think you might enjoy it.
Okay. Check it out. Absolutely. Thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah, I can find it and send you the link if you like.
Okay, if that's easier for you. I mean, I can look it up myself, but if you have it at your fingertips, that would save me a few minutes, I suppose.
Okay. All right.
Worth it. All right.
Cool.
So we'll call this a wrap for today.
Yeah.
And anybody who might have catched this video, please, if you're interested in participating down the road, send me a text message or comment or something, and I'll try and see what we can do. So anyway, thank you so much, Danielle.
Thank you, John.
I'll share this with you once it's edited. It should be up later today, and then just for your approval. And then if you're cool with what it looks like, then it'll go live. All righty?
Great.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right. Bye.
It was fun. Bye.